Hello and welcome back, Oats, to the Big Blue Purple channel. Today, we're going to be reading more bad Elden Ring Steam reviews, because the first video did so well, and I'm not creative. So let's do it. I hope you enjoy the Dark Souls 3 gameplay in the background. That's just kind of what I've been playing lately, so that's what I have footage of. But yeah, let's do it. Let's get into it. Very disappointing, very boring, and very, very overhyped. 5 out of 10 at most. Get over yourself, FromSoft fans. Well, you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. 5 out of 10 at most. Yeah, this game's just fucking horrible, guys. Elden Ring, 5 out of 10. I mean, a 5 out of 10 isn't a horrible rating, to be fair, but I feel like if a game is 5 out of 10, it's probably not worth your time. And Elden Ring, in my opinion, is absolutely worth your time. Fire Giant. Hey, finally, a review I can actually agree on. Fuck that boss. If you watch my tier list video, you know I fucking hate that boss. But you know what? Fair enough. I respect it. You know what? Fuck Fire Giant. But, yeah. He's not that bad. I don't think he ruins the game or anything. God, I fucking hate fighting that guy. He's got so much health. Alright, we got a big one here, boys, and I like reading the fucking big ones because it's a lot to dig into. If you watched my last video, you would know that. Anyways, why I really wanted to read this one in particular is because this guy here has 406 hours on a game he left a negative review for. This sounds like me with Destiny 2. Good lord, man. Just stop playing this game if you hate it that much. Anyways, comparing this game with previous Souls games. It's a good open world single player game, or co-op if you have friends. Much like Dark Souls 2, difficulty does not exist in this game. This whole sentence just fucking blows my mind. I can understand the argument that Dark Souls 2 is easier because you have an unlimited source of life gems, but Dark Souls 2 is pretty fucking hard. Like, they just throw like 3,000 enemies at you when you walk in any room, and it's kind of tedious. And the DLCs in that game are a pretty good challenge. I know I shit on Dark Souls 2 in the last video because I love shitting on Dark Souls 2. But hey, listen, guys. Dark Souls 2 is not that bad, and I think you should play it if you haven't played it and you like these games. But anyway, I think saying, much like DS2, difficulty does not exist just doesn't make any sense at all. I think difficulty absolutely exists across both of the games, whether you like it or not. If you have any experience in Souls games, you will quickly realize this. My bad. I'm not experienced. Anyway, cue the no damage gameplay in the background to flex. It's still fun, though. I enjoyed every hour of it, but not for reasons I initially bought the game for. Hold on, guys. I enjoyed every hour of it. Negative review. Okay, let's go farther. Surely I'm missing something. Beginning with the optimization. Okay, this is perfectly reasonable, and I'm probably not going to read it because I totally agree. The optimization is fucking horrible on PC. And if you can get this game on a console, you probably should. Let's skip over that. Art design was phenomenal. Every area had its own unique atmospheric feeling that made me want to keep looking around. Spells look way better than they used to in previous Souls games. Yeah, true. That's okay. PvP is a broken mess. Yeah, it is. Majority of the time you'll see the exact same weapons over and over and over with occasional new build thrown in there. It's actually creative and effective. To be fair, every single From Software game at launch has had this problem. And some games like Dark Souls 1 still have this problem where the PvP is just broken bullshit. But like Dark Souls 3 when it came out, y'all remember Warden Twinblade Bleed meta? That shit was fucking ridiculous. Or was it the Karthus Curved Sword was also a good one? There's so much broken shit in Dark Souls 3 at launch. Like, this is nothing new. Moving on. He says, build diversity in the current state has so much potential to be as outlandish as possible, and yet the majority of my time spent invading, I see nothing but Moonveil or Hoarfrost spamming. Yeah, people use what's good. It happens. It happens in all genres of video games. When things are good, people will use them. I'm not a PvPer, so I can't argue with this. I don't think Moonveil's as busted as everyone fucking says it is. I think it's just pretty good. I think people just aren't looking hard enough for better builds. But hey, whatever. And Hoarfrost spamming, I've honestly never fucking seen in my life. This might be an old review from when that was still broken. Another thing I miss is being invaded when playing alone. It took me until the final boss to realize I needed an item toggled to be invaded when playing alone. Why? Why was this necessary? I'll never understand. Now, what's crazy is if you've actually played any other Dark Souls game before, you would know that this is how it's always been. In Dark Souls 3, you need to be embered to be invaded. In Dark Souls 2, you need to be human to be invaded by real players, not by NPCs, because fuck you. And in Dark Souls 1, I believe you also need to be human, but I could be wrong. I have not played that game as much as the other two. Definitely not PvP, at least. Alright, so yeah, I don't really understand. It's kind of a weird criticism. It's always been this way in these games. That's the standard. Another mistake I feel was made when FromSoft decided to nerf bosses. Well, Radon is no longer nerfed, so hey, he got his wish. And I did too, honestly. Margit the Fell was nerfed before the game even released. Wait, you're saying they tuned a boss before they released the game? Almost like they weren't happy with how it was before the game came out? What? Okay, well, yeah, guys, Margit was tuned down too much. I think Margit is absolutely perfect for a first boss. He's exactly where he needs to be. I think he's harder than Gundyr, but he's not, like, impossible or anything. He was hard for me on my first playthrough. I died to him a lot. Anyway, talks about the Radon nerf. This has been undone now, thankfully. I think all of us are happy for that like that fight. Neither of these fights are difficult. This guy just thinks he's so fucking cool, man. Listen, they may not be difficult to you, but Radon was a very hard fight for a lot of players, and I think that's fine. Am I going to see Melania nerfed in the future when the portion of the Elden Ring community whines finally and they get her? Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think FromSoft is being very deliberate with Melania, and they are leaving her as is on purpose to be the hardest boss in the game. And I think that's unfortunate because I think Melania is actually kind of bullshit at times, but that's okay. I still think she's a great boss. In my tier list, I still ranked her very high. I just think she's kind of bullshit, which I talked about more there. So, anyway, FromSoft catering to casuals that would have never finished a playthrough of DS3 is just painful to witness. And this is exactly what I'm talking about when I say this whole get good mentality is so terrible for the community. FromSoft is not catering to casuals, and they said the Radon nerf was unintentional. I kind of don't buy it. I still think that nerf was they decided it was too hard of a nerf. But hey, I don't think it's catering to casuals. I think they thought, hey, this boss is a little overtuned and does a little too much damage, and they changed it, and then they realized, hey, maybe we were wrong. I don't think this is catering to casuals. If this game was catering to casuals, there'd be a difficulty setting, and so on and so forth. I think Elden Ring is not doing that at all. Moving on to the state of PvE. If you want to go through this game with as minimal effort as humanly possible, play as a sorcerer or a bleed user. Hey, I did both. I played as a sorcerer and I used fucking Moonveil because I like having fun and using broken shit. Does that make me a scrub? I don't really care. Continue watching the flawless gameplay in the back of this video because I'm so much better. No, I'm just kidding, guys. God, I'm too full of myself. Anyway, seriously, it is beyond trivial when you can do over half a boss's in health with just bleed procs alone. Yeah, bleed is kind of insane, but it was insane in Dark Souls 3 at launch too. I've personally seen mages one-shot major bosses prior to level 80. That is a extremely overplayed gimmick. If anyone doesn't know about Comet Azure and how it works and why it one-shot nukes bosses, you need a lot of things to set it up, okay? You need the flask that gives you increased magic damage and infinite MP for, I believe it's 10 seconds, maybe 30. That's a huge gap, but it's one of the two. And then you also need Terra Magicus, and you need Lusat's Staff. So it's a big setup to get it. And it only works on bosses who will stand there and let you do it to them. So a couple that I can think of are Godric, Mog, Morgoth. There's a few like major bosses that let you do that. But bosses like Malekith, bosses like Melania, like the hardest bosses in the game will not let you do that to them. And like again, I think Comet Azure is really funny, and I don't want them to change it. And nothing is forcing you to make the game trivial. That's kind of what I don't understand about this argument as a whole, is that it's great that these are options for people who want an easier time with the game. You can still go do your broken straight sword only soul level 1 no hit run. No one is going to stop you. Anyway, it removes any sort of difficulty when you just come back to the starting area at level 100 plus with maxed out weapons. No one is forcing you to do this. Why are you listing this off? In Dark Souls 3, you could go hypothetically farm souls in Highwell of Lothric to level 120 and make the game significantly easier. Is anyone going to do that? Maybe, maybe not. Does it matter? No, it's just more diversity in how you choose to play the fucking game, and that's what makes Elden Ring so damn good. So much diversity in how everyone can play these games, and it's so much fun. Anyway, moving on. Covenants no longer exist. Yes, they do not. They were like PvP factions. If you didn't know, that's what he's explaining right now. I don't really care, to be honest with you. I'm not a PvPer, but hey, fair enough. It would be nice if Covenants were still here. But I do understand why Covenants are not in the game. Elden Ring is not the same thing as Dark Souls. It takes a lot from Dark Souls. It plays a lot like Dark Souls, but it is not Dark Souls. It's Elden Ring. He says, I love this game. I really do. I intend to keep playing it in the future. It's a great introduction to Souls-like games for people that found the previous ones too difficult or never tried them, but they dropped the ball hard knowing this game could have been so much better. So I give it a 6 out of 10 at best in its current state. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. 406 hours on record. This game is a 6 out of 10, and it's bad because you can make the game easier for yourself. Voila. Fantastic. Masterful review. I could not agree more. Can we buff all bosses and make this game harder? Anyway, there's the signature long review reading for the video because I like doing that. And hey, if you enjoy watching that, let me know. And maybe I can just read 2-3 long reviews like this and people enjoy that more. But just for a good old funny one here, this guy here says, it's not Garfield Kart, and he's right. It isn't. And to that, the game is shit. Alright, and this guy says, I would rather play the second half of Dark Souls 1 again. Alright, that makes one of you, I suppose. 361 hours on record, by the way. I don't get it with these people, man. Go play a game like League of Legends if you're gonna put thousands of hours in and hate your own life. Fuck. At least play something with esports. God damn. Nah, but second half of Dark Souls 1 is arguably worse than some of the parts in Dark Souls 2 that I hate. So that is a mean thing to say, honestly. If you've played Dark Souls 1, you know what I mean. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy Dark Souls 1, but not as much as the other games. And the second half is a large reason for why. Anyways, I think that's just going to wrap up this sequel video to my Reading Bad Elden Ring reviews. The first one did really well, so hey, what do you do when something does well? You do it again, because we have no creativity on the Big Blue Purple channel. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you do. Subscribe if you did. Let me know what you think about Elden Ring in the comments below, what your problems are with it, and hey, maybe if you say something extra stupid, you'll be featured in the next Big Blue Purple video. So yeah, catch y'all in the next one. Take it easy. Peace. Also, just a side note at the end of the video, now that I've said everything I wanted to say, thanks for all the support on the first Reading Elden Ring reviews video. I never expected when I made that to get more than like 100 views, 50 views like I normally do. So seeing the kind of traction I've been getting on that video has made me very happy and motivated me a lot more to try to do other things with this channel. So yeah, thanks a lot guys for all the support, all the new subs. Hopefully we can hit 100 subscribers after this video, right? Catch you guys next time.